crazy things I used to do to try and help the children become can-do children. These ones may or may not have worked, but that was what was going on in my head. And I think it came out of the fact that out of my own childhood, where for whatever reasons I didn't believe I was worth anything, and I was bullied a lot at school. We moved to a different school. I was bullied at that school as well. Probably as a joke, I was told how ugly I was, and so I grew up feeling like a very ugly. Some people like to use this phrase "ugly duckling" because they believe I've become a swan, but some of that stuff never leaves your heart because it's so ingrained. Even though we see the actuality, how the scenario has changed so much today. And because of that background, I just thought I never want my own children to suffer in that way. I really want them to know how to grow up and be able to do just anything that they would put their mind to. And one of the things I did, which I don't think worked very well, was in my 20s I used to listen to a lot of these American kind of motivational tapes, and I would take some of the lessons from those tapes and I would put it in and integrate it in my heart. So I was thinking, I wonder what I could do to help put it in my children's hearts already. And I used to play some of those tapes, like The Luck Factor, how to be the luckiest person in the world, or how to the psychology of success, how to achieve and so on. And in fact, my son really took to it. He loved it. But what I hadn't realised is he loved it because it helped him get to sleep. So he used to take these tapes and play them without prompting from me. He used to say, "Dad, I'd like to listen to this set." And then he would put them in. I thought he was learning a lot, but actually he was using it to help him fall asleep. Some of the ones that worked a little bit, and again I learned this from some of the motivational speakers. One of them was a chap called Wayne Dyer, and he has this story about how he had one of his clients look in the window and totally naked and say, "Wow, you look beautiful, you look fantastic." And so I used to tell my kids that they need to look in the mirror maybe 3 times or so a day, just to say how fantastic they are. And the reason for that is that I wanted them to have an internal belief, not an external belief. So, as parents, we're always telling our children how wonderful they are, but if their classroom people, peer group and their teachers and people around them aren't telling them those same things, then in spite of what we tell them, the outcome seems to be very different. But if they have that internal belief, and we could teach them that no matter what other people say about them internally, and they view themselves as this person who is essentially unmoral, but also a great person, it makes it harder for the world around us. And let's face it, when you first go into the world is a hard place until you realise that actually the world is quite fair, but that comes later on in your life. And when they've got that belief inside of them, then it doesn't really matter what the world throws at them. That, yes, they'll have highs and lows, but they will always have that internal self-belief that they can do stuff and they can overcome the challenges that life brings.